Hi, my name is Sati Hillyer, and I'm the founder and CEO of One Mob. And I want to thank you for joining my session. Now, today I want to talk about how you should stop hiding behind email and start getting personal with your customers using video. So I'm going to walk you through why video is relevant and why it's important more now than ever, what you should be doing with video, and how you can get started today. So let's just jump in. Now, as we begin, I'd like to just talk about selling for one moment. Now, selling, it's still quite confusing, impersonal, and not very smart. Let me help you understand. As a salesperson, you're trying to connect to your buyer, ideally one-to-one. You're using platforms, whether it's phone or email or hopefully in person. But at the same time, your buyer is also getting a lot of information through marketing, a lot of great content, a lot of different pages and destinations to learn more about. But this content is geared to the masses. So now the buyer is trying to understand the value from what you're saying to them individually and what they're learning from the masses. At the same time, you're trying to figure out from all of this interaction, where is opportunities for success, and whether that comes from your CRM or your marketing platform. Really, the goal here is to move from a reactive approach to a more proactive approach where you can really guide your buyer. So let's take a moment now and think about what the buyer is looking for. Well, the buyer has a couple of things that they're top of mind. One is, according to Challenger Sales, 53% of what drives the purchase is the sales experience. So they're looking for something that's more personal. Don't just try to show me your product and tell me your prices are better, but really help me understand that you're my trusted advisor and this is a solution that's going to really turn me into a champion. Secondly, marketing is creating a lot of content. And rightly so, because 82% of buyers, according to Forrester, view at least 5 pieces of content from the winning vendor. So you can't just expect one silver bullet. You have to tell a story and bring together all the right content to help that winning vendor, that buyer, see you as the winning vendor. So if you think about this for a moment and you think about something like video, well, video can really add value here because first, according to Forbes, 59% of executives would rather watch a video than read text. So if you're thinking about the sales experience, especially making it more personal, you should be communicating in the way that the masses are asking. Secondly, video is being used by 92% of B2B marketers in demand gen. And that's because video is the most engaging form of content. I'm sure many of you watch a lot of video from platforms like YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, you name it. And this is not going down. So if you think about where video can really help the buyer and what sales looks like today, there's an opportunity to really transform selling. And I think this is really now becoming more and more relevant because we're seeing this movement. When InsideSales.com did their State of Sales Development Research paper, they looked at all the different tools that are being used. And what's really exciting is in 2018, video outreach is going to be growing by 30%. This is the tool that companies are trying to adopt because they know they need to get more personal and really help provide a more engaging experience with their customers. And again, that's because video does a couple of things. And the one we've already talked about, we know that this is what executives are looking to consume, but also, which is something that you see in the consumer web, when you send anyone to a web page and that page has a video on it, 60% of the video's visitors will first watch the video before reading any text. And that's because, again, we are all driven by what we see. We're visual creatures, and that really helps us to understand why I should even give this some time. So now that you know why video is important, let's talk about what you can be doing. And that gets to kind of the thesis behind this session, which is stop hiding behind email. Think about it. People get emails like this all the time. I'm sure you got so many just this morning. And the reality is this email is not effective. It's not really allowing your buyer to understand, is this the person who's going to give me the best sales experience and who's going to really help me get to the finish line? Now, what video can do is it can help make this better. Again, email and phone aren't going away, but you have to consider video's power. And with video, you can turn something like this into something more engaging and more personal and really help to capture that attention. And what's fascinating is the moment you put a video in an email, immediately you'll see a huge spike. Syndicast estimates about a 65% jump in email click-through rates, which is ultimately what you want to do because, again, you want to get them to that content. Why? Because content is so engaging. And we always recommend whenever you're sending a video, don't just send a video because it's really part of the journey. Again, they're looking for 5 pieces of content, and we always recommend that you share those pieces of content that's going to augment your story so that you can really move your buyer along their journey. And then finally, video gives you something that you've never gotten before, which is the ability to understand consumption. Are they watching it? How much did they watch? Are they actually engaging in all that other content you shared? Well, you should be taking advantage of that data so that you can surface intelligence and know what is being consumed, not just in the video platform that you're using, but ideally in the CRM you're leveraging, because your CRM is going to help you determine which accounts you should be spending time with versus others that perhaps are not the right time to move forward. So that's what you should be doing with video. And now that you know why and what, let's talk about how you can be using it right away. To me, video should be broken up into 3 components: creating it, delivering it, and analyzing it. And so you should be able to find a platform that's going to help you create great looking video. It's easy to create video. Everyone can do it today with their phone in their pocket. But you want to make sure your video is professional looking. It's going to really help to make your buyer feel comfortable that they're getting something from a trusted brand. And secondly, you want this to be easy, right? Ideally, you can use it your phone or your computer. You want to be able to record either videos of yourself, or maybe you want to show something, kind of like what we're doing right now, where you're watching this presentation. Well, you should be able to find a platform that can help you easily create that video content and then deliver it in a way that's going to help you tell a story. Because again, no single video is going to close a deal. No single email is going to close a deal. It's a storyline. And you want to be able to put together a storyboard, if you will, of all the right content that's going to help really showcase your value prop. And then finally, you're going to want to analyze what's working and what isn't. And it's really important to think about a platform that really works in your workflow, right? The last thing you want to do is have to hop around. You already have a CRM. You might already have a platform that has other content. Well, you should be able to use those existing platforms with your video platform so that, again, you can be personal, engaging, and ultimately more intelligent. So let me walk you through how you can start doing this right now using video. Okay, so let me show you how you can record a video, how you can send it via email, and how you can track it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to record a video. Here I'm going to just use our iPhone app, but you can record a video on your Android, or you can use it on your computer using our desktop app. So here I'm going to go ahead and click on the big plus here, click record. If you've ever recorded a video of yourself, you know how to use our product. All you have to do is just pick the logo, and you can swipe through different company logos that you might have or that you might be using. I'll go ahead and use the One Mob one. If I have an idea of what I want to say, but maybe I want to just make sure I'm on point, I can insert a script. And you can always choose a script that really fits your specific use case. And I can make sure I can adjust the teleprompter here to make sure that I can see it. All right, let's play. I want to say a quick video to one of my customers here, so I'll just go ahead and follow this on. Smile. Hey, this is Sati. Hey, Richard, I just wanted to follow up with you. Thanks again for your time. I know you mentioned about a few things that you wanted me to send, so I've actually included them below, a bunch of resources. I'd love to just get maybe 20 more minutes with you and the rest of your team to talk about how video can really help your business. If you have any questions, though, let me know. Thanks for your time. Bye. So I recorded my video now. All I need to do is go ahead and maybe improve the lighting if it's a little dark here. I can trim the video so I can get rid of that mistake that I may have had at the end or the beginning, especially if I'm using my finger to control the video. And then I can write a quick message. I'll just say, hi, Richard. And you can put any message you like here. And I'll go ahead and just move that here. Perfect. And then once I'm done recording my video, obviously I got to process it and upload it. That's pretty standard. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then once I do process, you notice at the beginning I did smile because I want to pick that right thumbnail, right? So we're going to give you the ability to choose, which image, because obviously you don't want an image where your kind of mouth is open. So I'll just use this one here where I'm smiling. And I'll go ahead and call this Richard, just so I know. All right. and save that to my library. So that's it. Recording a video is super easy. Again, you've probably done it so many times with your family and your friends. Now you can do it for your customers and your prospects and even your employees if you'd like. And then all I have to do now here is go back here to the web app. I'll just go to the library, and you can see within seconds that video is now available for me. I can click here. You can see the video has now been created. If I tap on it, I can watch the video, make sure it looks good.
Hey, this is Sati. Hey, Richard, I just want to follow up with you.
And now all I want to do is I want to email it to my customer. So I'm going to click here, email. It will bring up a nice little email widget for me here. All I want to do now is just make sure I choose the right kind of content, because again, I don't want to just send a video. I want to send, maybe a proposal or some other stuff that I was working on. So I'll send that to him right now. And then all I have to do is just put in his email, type that in here, and let me just call this, video message for Richard. And again, I'm going to go ahead and use the word video in my subject line because I know that's going to really help drive click-through rates. So now that that is done, I'll just go ahead here and click send. And I can always send myself a test first because sometimes you want to make sure it looks good before you actually send it to your customer. So you have that option. So you can see here, I just sent it. It's been sent to them. I don't have any engagement, but we can start to give you some real good engagement. So now let's flip the role for a moment here. And now I'm going to be Richard. So I've sent this message. I want to see as Richard, what does Richard experience? So here I am as Richard now. And I just got this new video message for Richard. I click on it. Boom, front and center is that video with my branding, with the logo. So that's really going to help make Richard know that, okay, this is something from a professional source, someone who I've been talking to, maybe a great follow-up. Click on that, and right away, again, taken to a page.
Hey, this is Sati.
That has all the content that I want them to see, right? Not just my video message, but maybe the order that I want them to approve, maybe some demos or follow-up presentations. All of this can be clicked on the platform. And again, we can walk them through all of this, really use the video at top to set the stage. Then Richard clicks on all of this different content. And then once he's ready, he can reply directly to me so that we can keep the dialogue going. But the great thing now is I'm going to now put back my hat as a seller, and I'm going to go back to OneMob. And what's great is you can see here it says 000, but if I click into it now, you can see in real time I'm getting real-time engagement on what is being consumed, what content, how long. I can see this in a feed, or I can see a nice visual view so I can really drill down, especially if it's not one-to-one, but if I've sent it to maybe a couple of accounts that I'm going after. And as always, you don't ever want your data to live in one place. You want it to live in the system of record. Salesforce has become obviously a very viable CRM for a lot of businesses. And you can see here, if I go to Richard Branson, I can see inside Richard Branson, I can see exactly that he opened it, that he viewed the page, what he clicked on, all inside one place. So I, as a rep, I don't need to bounce around. Thanks for checking out the demo.
Great. Well, now that you've seen this, let's talk about the results. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to try something new, you want to make sure that this works. And what's great is video is very, very, very powerful. The moment you put a video or you tell someone that you're sending them a video, you can expect a huge increase in engagement. We've seen typically on average 10x. Email open rates are usually higher. The moment you put video in the subject line, your open rates will increase 20 to 40%. But more importantly than that is click-through rates and response rates, because that really helps you understand, are they consuming your message? Typically, you can see a 10 to 15x increase in click-through rates versus industry averages, as well as response rates will be higher because, one, people will finally hear your message and they'll be able to tell you yes or no instead of just deleting it. And two, especially if you're sending a personal video, it's very hard for people to just ignore you. I mean, if you're going to take the time out to record someone a personal video, they're going to respond, and even a yes or sometimes a no is better than nothing. And then finally, when you use video, again, you're getting more insight than you ever would have gotten. You're getting consumption. You're getting what other activities you're doing on the page. Well, all that activity should be logged into your CRM so that, again, you can see which accounts, which contacts, which opportunities are ripe for the picking. So my challenge to you is to start using video today. Record. There's lots of different platforms on how you can record. Again, our platform makes it very easy for you to record using your mobile device. using your computer, and then send that video out, right? Don't just, record great content and let it sit. Use email, use text messaging, use LinkedIn, all these platforms on how you're communicating with your customers. You should be looking for a platform that's going to make it very easy for you to send and then ultimately track so that you can make sure your effort is actually producing positive outcomes. Now, I will tell you one other key tip. When you're recording a video, there's a lot of things that you might want to consider. So here's a few tips that I find really helpful when recording. First, have an idea of what you want to say. Don't necessarily read a script. Platforms do have the ability to teleprompt videos and teleprompt scripts as you're recording, and I encourage you to take advantage of that. But also just have a general idea of what you want to say so it comes off natural. If you're going to record using your phone, don't hold it because your hand might shake. Use something to hold your phone, a tripod, or maybe lean it against your laptop, or use your laptop to record the video. Make sure that when you record, keep it eye level. Have natural light in front of you. Don't have it behind you so that you can definitely look better. When you're wearing clothes, keep solid colors versus patterns that can be distracting. Make sure when you do have a video, you have a call to action. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to respond to you? Do you want them to schedule a meeting with you? Do you want them to register for an event? Have a call to action and have it quickly. Less is more. Try to keep your videos 30 seconds, less than 60 seconds, unless you're showing something. And remember to smile. It helps to relax you and it makes it a lot more engaging. I want to thank you for taking the time to learn about why you should stop hiding behind email. There's a lot of different examples on videos that can really help you be more effective. I encourage you to take the time to look at some of them here. If you have any questions, I'm happy to address those questions with you. Otherwise, feel free to take advantage of OneMob and start using video today. Thank you for your time.